Welcome to Westchase Financial Planning's presentation on Are You Ready to Be a Landlord? 5 questions you need to answer. While we were in the military, we faced this decision more than most people. We would buy a house because we intended to stay in it for a while. We hoped that we could hold on to it long enough to actually have prices rise over time, then either rent it or sell it for profit. Then life got in the way. We got an unexpected set of orders. Exciting and nerve-wracking at the same time. Career-enhancing, but life-altering. As we got used to the new reality, we started to think, are we ready to be a landlord? When real estate prices go down, sometimes we're locked into the decision of renting it out because we can't afford to sell it. However, when real estate prices go up, we face a more challenging decision, one that can have lasting effects. Do we rent it out or sell it? When we faced this decision, we ended up renting our house out. Hindsight being 2020, this is the one decision we wish we could have taken back. Although we didn't know it at the time, we just weren't cut out to be landlords. We were overseas, and we were trying to manage a property during the Great Recession during deployments. You can read more about our accidental landlord story here. To help you decide for yourself, here are 5 questions you should honestly answer. Landlord question number 1. Do the numbers work? Remember, a mortgage payment is only one factor maintaining a rental property. Don't forget to factor in repairs, maintenance, property management, insurance, capital expenditures such as replacing big ticket items like AC units or appliances. Also, don't forget to account for vacancies. Even with multiple year leases, there is usually some turnaround between leases. Here you might need to repaint, refurbish, and get the property ready to go back on the market. Then you should factor in the amount of time it spends on the market. Most pros factor in a 10% vacancy rate as a conservative estimate. While you can go to Bigger Pockets to learn more about renting properties, a conservative rule of thumb is the 50% rule. The 50% rule states that if your mortgage, to include principal and interest only, not taxes or insurance, is no more than 50% of your estimated rental income, then you're in good shape. Why 50%? Well, the other 50% goes to the other expenses: property management, repairs, capital expenditures, taxes and insurance, and vacancies. Each one accounts for 10% each. Landlord question number 2. How will you manage the property? Note that the 50% rule cites a 10% budget for property management. Hiring a professional property manager doesn't guarantee success, and it might lull you into a false sense of security. While this doesn't represent the overall market, it does seem that in many ways, property management is viewed as a career stepping stone. Many real estate professionals start off as property managers just to get their foot in the door. As they gain experience, demonstrate competency, and build relationships, many folks go to more lucrative opportunities. Now, you could do it yourself. Many other people do. In this case, the 10% really is going back to yourself. In that case, you might want to join a community of like-minded people who have been there, done that, and can help you through the tough times. And there will be tough times. Whatever your plan is, you need to really dive into the details and make sure you've got solid relationships. Not just with property managers, but with anyone who you expect to do work on your house. This would include contractors, electricians, plumbers, pest control, painters, cleaning, etc. Landlord question number 3. Do you have enough money saved? If you have enough money set aside, you can weather any issue that comes up. However, each dollar that you've saved for an emergency is a dollar that you can't put towards retirement planning, college planning, or any other savings goal. If you aren't already saving enough for your retirement emergency fund or other needs, are you sure that you're going to have enough money to set aside for this? Do you need to replace a roof? Even if you have insurance, you still need the money for a deductible. Did your tenants walk out on rent? Lost rent is only the beginning. No tenant in the history of mankind has ever walked out on their rent and left an immaculate house. Then you'll have to hope that you're not a victim of market timing. Trying to rent a house in the middle of February, it kind of sucks if you live up north. Or if you're in a college town and your house is on the market in May, just in time for all the students to leave for the summer. Even if you have money set aside, Will this interfere with your retirement goals? Will being a landlord force you to divert more money that you would otherwise be socking away in your retirement accounts? Landlord question 4. Can you handle the triple whammy? What is a triple whammy? It's a play on the superstition that bad things come in threes. You know, like a tenant skipping out on rent, doing $2,000 worth of damage to your house, and you can't get another tenant for 4 months. Or a tenant that becomes a squatter, stops paying rent, and forces you to hire a lawyer to begin the eviction process. Landlord question 5. Are you better off selling? If you've made it this far without saying, "That's it, I'm done," then congratulations. You might have the temperance and resources to weather the toughest landlord issues. It takes a lot of work to get a house ready to sell. But when are you ever in the best position to do that? Probably when you're living in it, or at least living in the same town. Moving away, having tenants, dealing with property management companies, those are all things that complicate the eventual sale of that property. Also, you can't ignore taxes. Both Section 1250 depreciation and Section 121 tax exclusion come into play. At the very least, they make the numbers a little more complex when you're doing the math. At the end of the day, you have to make the decision that best suits your particular situation. Hopefully, these 5 questions help you put some context into doing so. By knowing your finances, temperament, and possible outcomes, you'll be able to make that decision with confidence. So what do you think? You can find Westchase Financial Planning on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, or you can drop us a line at Tanya, Tania, at westchasefinancialplanning.com. Thanks for watching.